When people watch The Hate You Give, what do you want them to walk away with? Because I know everyone has a slightly different feeling.
Well, I mean, white people crying actually was the goal.
With the left's war on reality intensifying, as well as morality itself, there are several elements to the disintegration, to the divorce that we see going on. One is the looming prospect of World War III, as there is a massive agenda to depopulate the earth. At this point, we're seeing a near daily increase in the disconnect that the radical left has with objective reality. And the reason for this is because the left-wing ideology has no recourse to re-interface with reality once they tell a lie. Because the way their ideology functions is that in order to be a good person, you have to buy into the ideology with your identity. Your identity is all of you. It's the thing that gives you person status. And if you then disagree with the ideology, which rejects, if you read postmodernism, if you read Marxism, reason, rationality, and all objective frameworks. So once the radical left is revealed as objectively wrong and incoherent, they have no way of coming back from that rather than doubling down on their fraudulence. And this is the reason you're seeing them become more and more absurd, more unabashedly disconnected from reality, because to them, truth is no priority. In fact, truth is actually the enemy. And they don't actually know how to have an identity, a personal identity, outside of the confines, the dictates of what you must believe and the lies you must repeat in order to be on the left. This first video is just completely eerie that I'm going to show you. It's utterly eerie. It is a black woman referring to white people in a studio where she's being interviewed by a black guy, where she repeatedly refers to white people as negative, and that the goal of spending $200 million on a Star Wars property was to anger white people, to make them cry. Take a look at this.
When people watch The Hate You Give, what do you want them to walk away with? Because I know everyone has a slightly different feeling.
Well, I mean, white people crying actually was the goal.
Think how resentful and filled with hatred you have to be to say this on national television. Think how far the left has fallen, how deeply they've been possessed by racist identitarian politics to say that they are spending money in order to anger a certain race of people. There are massive agendas at play here. People and entities that are using corporations and spending hundreds of millions and billions of dollars in order to do war with morality, with the Christian status quo. You saw this with Bud Light. If you ask yourself, why would they willingly lose billions of dollars doing something that they knew had a 0% chance of working? And that's because they are willing, the resentment, the satanic resentment of Marxism is willing to sacrifice anything on the altar of their ideology. And you see the same thing here. They want to take the most valuable property they have. They're willing to sacrifice the most valuable property they have in Star Wars at Disney and try to anger the fan base. I've seen what they've been doing with Star Wars for a long time with the Ahsoka show. I took notes, scene by scene, of the exact Marxist archetypes they were trying to represent, the war on reality, how they demonize masculinity, how they were triggered by objective frameworks, etc. So this is nothing new. In fact, I may eventually make a video about the notes I took from those shows. But the fact that the left is now openly, just openly racist. They are openly racist, and then they applaud on national television being racist. Check this out.
Well, I mean, white people crying actually was the goal. They
admit to you that their agenda is to push Marxism, is to push the intersectionalist, counterfeit virtue ideology of Marxism. That says your virtue is defined by your identity rather than the things that you do. This has been going on for a long time, but now they are admitting it to you. They are admitting that their film studios and their hundreds of millions of dollars that go into producing media and entertainment has this stated goal. Now, they're willing to pay the inevitable price for this, and they will pay inevitable prices. Their share price goes down, their market cap sheds billions of dollars. But the people that are ultimately pushing this are far higher up. The entities that are pushing this are ultimately far higher up than even a single corporation. So again, they're willing to sacrifice those billions of dollars on the altar of their warfare against humanity. I've been calling this out for a long time on my channel. I've made countless videos about it. I made videos about this when I made a video exposing that woman who went on stage, the director of, I think it was Ahsoka, and she said that her goal was to make men uncomfortable with that film. They are overtly coming out and stating their warfare, that they're not trying to make entertainment. They are creating political propaganda for the regime. And ultimately what they're pushing is the most evil set of ideas ever conceived by humanity. Now listen to the crowd applaud. So she just said a racist statement on national television, and the crowd's applauding.